pointed out to the day where this chimney'd land if it fell. Right next to Cottage Hospital.
Just a song at twilight, when the lights are low,
You know, Your Royal Highness, just recently I've been troubled by a recurring dream. I find myself entertaining royalty on some important occasion when all of a sudden my two daughters arrive, stark naked, riding on a big black stallion. I turn around and people have started dropping their trousers.
You're not dreaming, Hardacre. I'll vouch for that.
Thank God, at least my mind's not going.
Your Royal Highness, that man has been crushing the poor of this town for years. They groan beneath the weight of his rapacious demands, and now he's going to put it up even further.
What the lass is talking about, Your Royal Highness, is rent. They have no idea what us landlords have to contend with, have they, eh? I bet you have the same trouble with your own tenants, don't you? I mean, if you found a way to stop them burning the banisters for firewood, I'd be very glad to hear it.
Oh, God, if this is modern kingship, I'm going to abdicate and take the redundancy money.
The rent's up a penny will mean a tent up for many.
That's a rotten slogan, Charlotte.
No, it's not. Matthew Fairchild wrote it, and he's a poet.
Girls, get dressed at once, you'll frighten the horse.
Father, look! The trowel and the mortar.
I recognise that acrid reek. Why, it's SPD.
And the trowel is made of gold. You know what happens when SPD meets gold?
Steady! Don't worry, Jack. I'll hold you. I'll hold on to these boots if it's the last thing I do. Ah! Oh, my God! Jack! Jack!
Don't lie there waving it about. Grab all the other one.
I think your boots are a size too big for you, Jack.
Ask me mum's fault. She said I'd grow into them.
Can you reach the truss flange, though, Jack?
Swing me. To the left.
Right.
Left.
Is that left if you stood at bottom looking up, or looking at it upside down from above?
Boat's going. Swing me.
Right. Oh, my God! Jack! 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 Oh, Jack!
You get down off this chimney. You look for them boots till you bloody find them.
At least you're safe, though, Jack.
The whole town's safe. Big Tom will not go now. That's my truss flanges is holding her up.
You see, what we have here, you young Your Highness, is an entirely new soap product suited to the entire empire. You don't have to separate your whites from your colours. I mean, between you and me, you won't be needing a bath this week. No, I'm only joking. Now, this is just off the top of my head, you understand, but I think we could be ushering in the new age of brushless shaving.
I give you a toast, Guy. The revolution! Yes! The revolution! Ah! And he's been born a mighty strife closer in this benighted country. Thanks to you, Morris. Yes! But Hesketh played his part, too. How ironic, Guy, that the catalyst of revolution should be not the great ferocious Russian bear, but a cuddly English teddy. With your father dead, and Austin too, all this is yours now, Morris. Enjoy it while you can. What do you mean? Oh, come now, Morris. You don't suppose there'll be room for such as us come the revolution? We are the lilies of the field, and our corner of the meadow will come under the proletarian harrow. Oh, but surely, Guy, the people will be grateful, won't they? Come now, Morris. When the virgin soil is upturned, does the sod thank the ploughshare? Oh, but Guy, if the labourer is worthy of his hire, we, as the ploughmen, are worthy of our lunch. Don't worry, Morris. The capitalist system may be doomed, right enough, but there will be the last few convulsive years of sheer hedonism, then. Oh, Guy! I don't like you! You're so clever!
Isabel Hardacre, you're on that big horse as well? Naked? Like Miss Charlotte? What did the prince say?
Well, he looked at pair of them, and then he said, and I agree with him, look, something must be done.
And then, all of a sudden, there were a blinding flash and everything was covered in foaming sun.
Aye, well, no doubt there were a blinding flash when Sodom and Gomorrah was struck down. There's a warning and a sign. God's wrath written soap, telling you to cleanse your minds, aye, even as you cleanse your bodies.
On fire, Mother!
Will I ever be able to show my face in the town again, Isabel?
Why not? You've shown everything else.
I never knew you were such a gambler, Charlie, putting everything you've got on a horse. And wasn't Dr. Macduff wonderful to join in our protest like that? Oh, Doctor, it was a flash of inspiration.
Talk of flashing, Miss Hardacre.
I didn't think you had it in you, Doctor, exposing yourself to the full fury of my father's wrath.
Talk of exposing either. The British Medical Council does not take kindly to the flaunting of nether garments in the course of general practice. These privileges are reserved for specialists and bigwigs in Harley Street.
But who'll tell them?
Well, yes, I know the turnout was pretty poor, but that doesn't matter, Isabel. The photographer was there. It will be all over tomorrow's paper.
Aye, and all over for me.
You mean?
Aye, I'm a ruined man. When news of this day's work gets out, I shall be struck off. It's a cruel paradox, Miss Hardacre. Anyone, man or woman, can come to me and show me his or her body. But if I, in a moment of weakness, attempt to show them mine...
You're finished at the palace, Bradley.
I don't see why.
There are rules for the social climber. You may smother royalty with sycophantic flattery, but not from head to foot with soap suds. I don't know why, it's just one of the rules the well-bred take in at Annie's knee.
You know very well I never had a nanny, not till I was 30. Yours, as a matter of fact, Austin.
Well, there's my future wrecked. I don't believe I shall ever inherit an earldom now. Wasn't the girls that did it, or even the soap suds. What really scuppered us was Macduff's tartan arse. Ah, Macduff, he was a fly in the ointment.
When I've finished with him, Austin, he'll need ointment in his fly.
Nostrovia!
But you're dead! I'm saying things. No, I won't believe it. You're all dead!
What's the matter with you, Morris?
He's got a point, Father. Amidst all the bickering, we've overlooked one thing. We've had a miraculous escape from what was pretty clearly an assassination attempt.
By God, Austin, I believe you're right.
In fact, I don't know why we're alive to tell the tale.
You mean?
Yes, Mother. We could all have been blown sky high.
Someone substituted SBD for the mortar.
And the trowel was made of gold. Gold and SBD, Mother, are an explosive combination. Why are we here?
I'll tell you why, Austin. Call it parsimony, if you will, but I call it perspicacity. After all, the prince isn't short of a bob or two. You'll not catch him taking his gold trowels down to the hock shop of a Monday morning. Anyway, it's the thought that counts.
Get to the point, Bradley!
The point is, my dear, that gold trowel was not gold.
Not gold.
Not your 24 carat. Not your 9 carat. Not even your rolled. No. It was genuine simulated gilt-type goldine.
My God, Bradley, you're so cheap!
It saved your life, my dear.
A lucky escape. I congratulate you, Mr. Hardacre.
No doubt you share your friend's delight, Morris.
Why, yes, of course, Father.
After all, it was you who suggested we buy the prince a gold trowel, wasn't it?
Was it?
You'd never have forgiven yourself, would you, Morris?
No.
Why, yes, of course. Morris suggested the gold trowel, and he had access to SBD.
And we all know he shared the common family tray of hoping to see you dead, Bradley.
The classic triangle. Means, motive, and opportunity.
If I'd known anything of this, Mr. Hardacre, I assure you I'd have let you know.
Well, Morris, what have you to say?
All right. Damn you. Damn you. Damn you. Damn you all! Yes, it was me. It was my plan. And I regret only one thing. That it didn't work.
You realize what this means, Morris? It's the end of your days at the university. No more punting on the cam for you.
Father, that's not fair. When Austin tried to kill you, you gave him a seat on the board and bought him a new car.
It was different. He was showing an interest in the business. What you did was merely typical Nazi boys' mischief.
You're so prejudiced.
Not in the least. I'm sending you to a place that was made for such as you.
You mean?
Aye, Queensland, Australia. This time next week you'll be outward bound for the outback. A pound note in one breeches pocket, a pair of sheep shears in the other, and nothing but a pair of Wellingtons to give you a foothold on your new life.
Hillman! Are those the papers? Let me see.
I haven't had a chance to iron them yet, miss.
Oh, never mind that. Give me the Utterly Bugle. No. Better still. Read me the headlines on the front page.
Local man's trust flange saves Big Tom.
What? Let me see. Local man's trust flange saves Big Tom? Why, it's Jack Fairchild. But where's the big story? Where's the coverage of the royal laying?
I could not say, miss.
It must be here. It must be.
Looking for a story to do with Brass Beauty, my dear?
You know I am, Father.
Well, try the sports page. There's a picture of Brass Beauty there. I believe the caption reads, "Odds on Brass Beauty
Sean
short
for
and..."
next year's national. But the photographer was there. Why is there nothing about my protest?
My dear, you still have much to learn. This mighty organ, the Utterly Bugle, is not one of your Fleet Street gutter rags trading on cheap sensation, scandal and titillation. Page 3, aye, and front page 2 remains a good grey read.
I see it all now. You bought them off.
No, my dear, the editor knows well enough when to mute the Bugle's clarion call. I'll admit I did have a word with him, just casually over a drink. Murdoch, I said, you cross me, you'll find yourself on the way to Australia. Same boat as my son Morris.
Then I sacrificed my virgin modesty in vain. I have the shame without the fame.
Oh, come, my dear. In years to come, you'll thank me. When you settle down and found Mr. Wright, what am I talking about? Lord Wright. You'll be glad that the greasy fingers of the common chip-eater never had chance to fondle your unveiled form, nor scatter their vinegar wantonly on your chaste treasure.
Is everyone and everything in this town in your pocket, Father?
What I got in my pocket, lass, is brass. And that's what makes the difference.
Local man's trust flange saves Big Tom. Hey, doesn't it look good?
Aye.
Yeah. I had my name in paper once, you know, son. Yeah, for foot racing. When I was Tutterly champion, they matched me against the famous Jim Bendigo. I went straight 10 miles. Yeah, just before Toff, I was having my legs greased, and Mr. Hardacre come up to me and he said, "George, you could beat this fella with one hand tied behind your back." I said I could, Mr. Hardacre, as soon as I was running and not fighting. So, he tied one hand behind my back. It was only when we were off and running that I realised by some mistake he'd tied it to my clog. Yeah. Lads at work were really fed up with me for coming in second. They'd all got bets on, you see. Still, there's always a silver lining. I believe Mr. Hardacre had a stroke of luck. He won a fair amount. Yeah, I didn't know you'd taken up cobbling, son. Whose boots are you fettling?
Mine. Aye, mine. I bought them new.
New boots? Well, you've only had these 5 years and they were practically new when you had them. Aye. Eric Sluggett. He hadn't had a month's wear out of these when he fell under that tram. As Mrs. Sluggett said to your mum, it's a lucky thing he went head first.
You can have me old ones. They were always too big for me. I can afford new. Thanks to me trust flange, I'm a made man.
Son, better your boots too big for you than you too big for your boots.
Yes, Doctor, that was quite an exhibition you made of yourself at the ceremony yesterday. Just answer me one thing. Why, man? Why?
I dinna ken, Hardacre. Something suddenly seemed to snap.
You mean your braces?
No. Something in the mind. All I can tell you is I felt an irresistible and overwhelming compulsion to take my trousers down.
I get the same impulse myself, Doctor, frequently. But there is a time and a place for everything.
I suppose it's all over the paper?
No, I kept it out. My daughter Charlotte thinks it was an unwarrantable interference with the freedom of the press. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's excessively handsome of you, Hardacre. It's handsome. But if these had reached the British Medical Council, my career would be in ruins. Oh, I wasn't even smiling. How can I thank you?
No need to thank me, Doctor. You can keep the prints. So long as the negatives remain securely locked in my safe, I'm sure our future relationship will remain, shall we say, harmonious.
That sounds uncommonly like a threat.
You disappoint me, Doctor. I expected you to say, but that's blackmail.
Oh, come now, Hardacre. Blackmail is an ugly word.
It certainly is, Doctor. Especially when what I'm holding over your head is advancement. Yes, the post of Medical Officer of Health.
Me? Medical Officer of Health? With responsibility for public sanitation, drains and hygienic standards in factory housing and mines?
Precisely, Doctor.
And if I refuse, no doubt these pictures will find their way to the British Medical Council.
I'm afraid they would. Well, Doctor, what is it to be?
In the words of the Duke of Wellington, Hardacre,
publish and be damned!
You mean you want me to send these photographs to the authorities?
No. You advertise a medical officer's job and I'll apply. There's a right way of doing these things, Hardacre.
But, Mummy, you can't let Father send me to Australia. Picture me camping by Billabong under a coolibah tree.
You've been extremely naughty, Morris, and you must be punished.
But, Mummy, a long stretch in prison would be preferable. I know I'd be cooped up with a lot of rough men, but I could learn to live with that.
Mummy could have been very badly hurt, thanks to your little prank.
It wasn't my idea, Mummy. It's what comes of listening to a lot of wild-eyed radicals and unscrupulous adventurers.
I'm tired of your trying to put the blame onto poor Hesketh. Incidentally, it would be kinder to leave him here when you go.
Hesketh is actually looking forward to it. Wants to meet all those queer little pop-eyed koala creatures. Oh, but Mummy, you will save your baby boy, won't you?
As far as I'm concerned, Morris, you can go to Australia, and when you get there, you can stuff your jumbuck in your tucker bag.
But I haven't got a tucker bag.
Oh, yes, you have, my darling. I ordered one specially from Harrods. It's your going away present.
You really imagine, Isabel, that your marriage to Mountfast can go ahead following your disgusting exhibition?
I suppose I must pay for my impulses, Father. Yesterday, I thought I didn't care if this glittering match was struck or not. Well, now I realise how much it meant to me. Oh, God, what a blind little fool I've been.
I see you've learned your lesson. Namely, that in this world, position is everything.
I've known that for years, Father. But the lesson was really rubbed in yesterday. Bareback on Brass Beauty.
Well, Mountfast knows all about yesterday's events. Apparently the Prince has been bellyaching about our northern hospitality.
You can hardly blame him, Father. He came all this way. I mean, we gave him nothing to eat, nothing to drink. He didn't get to lay anything either.
He thinks that was a poor day's outing. You should try a shadow trip to Morecambe, sat over a wheel all the way there and back.
So it's all off. The marriage, earldom, everything.
No! It's all on. You can keep that ring on your finger, lass. And Austin, one of these fine days you'll have a coronet on your head. But by God, it's going to cost more. Aye, Mountfast is holding all the trumps. But I can still come up with the extra trick. Have you seen the paper?
Oh, yes, Father. Local man's trust flange saves Big
Not
Tom.
there!
Oh, local MP sinking?
Aye. Old Colonel Beacon Reader's got a grip on the greatest dispatch box of them all. I believe his children, Janet and John, are at the bedside. Otterley will soon be needing a new MP.
Make up your mind, Father. If you're going to be an Earl, you can't be an MP.
I have no time to waste with a lot of Nancy boys, pox doctors and old Etonians. No, you're the lad.
Me?
It's all settled with Central Office. You're as good as elected.
Politics, eh? Well, do you think I'm cut out for it?
Well, Austin, you're not very bright, but you are greedy, ruthless, devious and ambitious. I think you'll go right to the top.
If it's a poem you're writing, son of mine, I don't mind you using the pencil. 'Tis ours now, bought and paid for.
Nay, Mother.
I've finished with poetry writing. Thou will never ask me why.
Then what's that doing, son?
I'm doing a drawing, Dad. Aye. It come to me when I was stood on top of Big Tom. Men, aye, and women too, may steal the very words from thy heart, but they cannot steal the vision of my eye.
Ah, well, Big Tom's made a mess of the jacket. What's this in the pocket?
'Tis a platform ticket for Utterley Railway Station, ma'am.
I can see very well it's a platform ticket. You've been spending money on reckless frivolity and pleasure.
Nay, Mother, I went the same at his age. On a Saturday night, he used to watch big expresses thundering by, and you thought your day was made if you'd seen a dining car.
Spending money to sit and watch trains go past when you can stand on Gas Street Bridge free, aye, and get warm from steam when trains go under.
Aye, it's true. There's no like that steam for clearing your blackheads. How do you think your mother's kept her complexion?
Ma'am, Dad, will you listen? I was going to tell you. I had to buy that ticket to meet a chap.
A chap?
He came from London. Aye, from Labour Party at Transport House. And he couldn't get off, you see, because he were only on a platform ticket. No.
Transport House. They've never come to claim Kier cap back.
Calm yourself, Mother. Now, you know there must be a by-election with Colonel Beacon Reader as good as gone.
Well, they're never going to fight the election.
Aye. They've got a candidate.
Oh.
A fine young chap from London.
But what do they want with these, son of mine?
They want me to organise campaign for him. Aye. I'm to be his agent.
Oh, Matt! Oh, I'm not proud of the... But it's dangerous work. You'll not remember, son, but they only fought once before. Obadiah Clegg, he was agent. He put up a poster saying, vote Labour. And that very night, Bradley Hardacre's men came round and they disenfranchised him.
Son, when they'd finished tampering with his ballot box, it was no good him asking for a recount.
I know it is dangerous. And that's why I'm not stopping here no more.
What?
Bradley Hardacre's blows may fall on me. I'll not have them fall on you.
You mean?
I'm leaving home. This drawing is a going-away present.
Well, I recognise this. It's your whistling kettle, Mother.
Aye, ma'am. I call it Mother's Whistler. Ta-ra.
Ma.